Okay, so this is how you find your learning outcomes on WebCMS. So first you have to go to the WebCMS start page, which you can find at webcms.pasadena.edu/webcms. Once you get there, you'll have two options. You could either do public or administrative. And as it says, the administrative access is the back end where you can create and get a proposals approved. But we're not actually going to try to make any changes right now. We're just going to find what's already there. So we're going to go to public access, which lets us look at all of the information. So we can look at any information we need. So here's a list of all of the classes. Obviously, you don't need all of them. And so you can screen this. So I can filter first by subject. Might be a good way to do that. So let's pick one with lots and lots of classes. So look at music. They have lots of different classes. And so you can see there's still a large number of classes. And I could just scan through if I know the number. I can also search by course number. So let's see. So that'll give me everything that has a 1 in it. See, I want that. I can search for that. I can also search by name. So I could search, for example, like that, and get any course with that. So I can search, and once I found my course, and it's pretty straightforward, come over here to this little printer, and I'm going to print out, just tell it to provide me a printout of the course outline of record. So this is what it looks like. You could print it if you wanted to, but usually you won't need to. You just come in here and look at this first section right here, which is the student learning outcomes. So this is what you're going to be using for planning assessments. These are usually anywhere from 1 to 4. Sometimes there are more. Sometimes they go up as high as 8. Things that you really want to make sure that your students have accomplished that they're able to do by the time they leave the course. So these are the SLOs. Underneath those, there's something called SPOs, Student Performance Objectives. These are typically subtasks. They're a little bit smaller. Often they're kind of component skills that build to the overall outcomes of the course. So you can find those below that. And these are generally intended to be organized so that it's clear that these ones have subtasks. Sometimes that's been done, sometimes that hasn't. So we can look at another course. It's a little bit better at organizing them. And this just is a process that takes time. And so if your course doesn't have that, it just may be a matter of somebody hasn't gotten around to doing that yet. So we can look at, for example, here. I have a course, and if you go in, you can see that for learning outcome 1, they've been broken into pieces, and these are the ones that have been labeled as kind of building to this overall skill. And same thing for here, the 2s, the 3, and 4. So again, this one's still a little unbalanced, but it's a start to moving towards that process. So as you find them, you'll need to put these in your syllabus if they're not in there already. And you'll want to start thinking about how you're going to assess them, start talking with other faculty who teach the course, see if they've already got something they've done that works. You want to try to collaborate and do similar assessments wherever possible. And as you work with these, you may find that you want to make changes, and that's when you want to get in touch with your curriculum representative and learn a little bit more about how to make revisions. But for now, what you really need is you need to be able to get these, make sure they're on your syllabus, make sure you know what they are, how they work, how you're going to assess them, and think about how they relate to kind of the smaller pieces of the course. So that's finding your course outline of record and your learning outcomes and performance objectives that are found on that document.